Today we're looking at 15 things you didn't know about the cybersecurity industry. Welcome to Alux.com, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. Hello, Aluxers. Today we have a special subject that's almost a matter of national security, or at least personal security. Leaving the drama aside, cybersecurity is a burning industry that thrives by selling and stealing personal data or money from everyone. Everything on the internet is at risk because you can be blackmailed or have your bank accounts emptied while you sleep. Hackers are the ones to blame for cybersecurity theft, but there's also companies that develop software that helps to keep privacy private, and if they don't take this problem seriously, very bad things can happen. Whether we're talking about terrorism, fraud, or privacy, nothing is safe anymore. This entire industry handles a scary amount of money, and it only started a few decades ago, when computers and the internet were invented. If you want to know some more about cybersecurity, all the secrets and all the dirty money, then keep on watching. If you're new here, welcome. Be sure to subscribe and follow us on Instagram at Alux. Number 1. Companies can lose up to $2 trillion in a year due to cybercrime. One of the scariest things is to wake up one day and have it all taken away from you because you logged on to a weird website or you used your credit card somewhere different. It's even worse when you're a company and billions of dollars are at stake. Studies show that in 2019, cyber fraud would be up by $2 trillion globally, higher than it ever has been. Cybercrime products are very advanced, and these days, when people are so fed up with corrupt governments and the lack of resources, anything can happen. Let's be real, although it's not the honest way to make money, a lot of people have thought about it. Number 2. Less than 2% of this industry is done by humans. There used to be a time when cybersecurity was a very demanding job, done 100% by humans, 24/7. Nowadays, though, things have changed, and with modern technology, this industry is one of the most advanced in the world. Over the years, automation has become such a big thing that only 2% of cybersecurity is done by actual humans. Robots and other software have replaced humans in a matter of decades. They still need humans to keep the machines and programs running and safe, but that's about it. Number 3. Everything connected to the internet is at risk. The pictures you post on Facebook or anywhere on the internet can be used for all sorts of unwanted or evil purposes. Even worse is that any device connected to the internet, like your phone, your TV, security cameras, or your doorbell, is at risk. Any vulnerability or breach in the system can be used against you. Millions of people have been victims of cybersecurity, so whatever smart technology you use or fingerprint PIN codes, try to secure everything with a trustworthy 2-step authentication, strong passwords, even insurance. All those movies you see on TV are inspired by real-life situations. Number 4. Tech companies are offering free software to help secure future elections. In light of Cambridge Analytica and Trump's election, people are now doubting the system and the value of their vote. A lot of things happen behind the scenes, and cyber fraud is one of them for sure. To prevent third parties from interfering with future elections, some tech companies are offering free software to help secure them. Although some people are skeptical about companies giving cybersecurity for free, let's not forget that this is the way they will advertise themselves as the software that helped elect a president. Indeed, nothing is free. Number 5. Amazon has a market capitalization of $770 billion. The most important and safe cybersecurity company is not necessarily the richest one. Although billions of dollars are poured into this industry, it's surprising to see which one invests the most, and that company is the giant Amazon. The company of the richest man in the world, Jeff Bezos, is also the one that has the biggest market capitalization of this industry, over $770 billion. They keep their data really secure and take cybersecurity very seriously. We're curious what kind of security Jeff uses for his $144 billion. Number 6. Edward Snowden uncovered one of the biggest global surveillance systems conducted by the NSA. 2013 was a very interesting year for Edward Snowden and the US. As most people know by now, Edward uncovered a series of secret operations that the US government, through the NSA, were conducting global surveillance. It didn't end very well for him, as he's still hiding somewhere in Russia where he's in asylum. But thanks to him, we now know just how complex and holistic this system is. Nothing is private, and the most precious thing someone can have these days is privacy and information. Governments and big companies are spying on you and using your data to manipulate your behavior. That's why we reached out to a service that we personally use to protect our online activity. If you go to Alux.com/VPN and sign up using the code ALUX, you'll get an exclusive offer tailored specifically to our community, provided by the great folks at NordVPN. VPNs are a simple-to-use service that hide what you do online from third parties at a click of a button. This type of technology used to be incredibly expensive, and still is. That's why we're so excited to negotiate the best deal you'll find on the market today on your behalf. Just go to Alux.com/VPN, and you'll get 3 years worth of internet security for the price of 1. If you're skeptical, you can even try for a full month for free. Number 7. Yahoo was the victim of the biggest data breach in history. The bigger the company, the higher the risk for cybercrime and attacks. Small companies are at risk too, even individual people that seem to be irrelevant for a hacker. By far, the biggest and most damaging data breach happened 4 years ago. We're talking about the famous Yahoo cyber attacks that exposed the data of over 3 billion accounts over the period of a year. The attacks compromised the real names, email addresses, dates of birth, and telephone numbers that were not well protected. The entire scandal knocked off over $350 million of Yahoo's sale price to Verizon. In the end, they sold it for $4.48 billion in spite of its once valued $100 billion. Number 8. Cybercriminals are targeting rich people. Cybercriminals are getting smarter than ever. They don't waste time anymore targeting random people hoping to get something out of them. They now go straight to the rich people, knowing they can get millions of dollars out of them. Social media accounts or emails are used to scam them into transferring money to their accounts. One of the most popular social platforms they use is LinkedIn. Pretty smart, huh? Never fully trust the people on the internet, especially when they ask you for money. Number 9. More than 60% of companies don't update their IT systems. You know the saying, you get what you pay for? This unfortunately applies to many companies out there. This number comes from Microsoft, the company that pretty much is responsible for 70% of the computer systems in the world. When you're a professional, you should be extra cautious with emails, software, and even hardware. Information is powerful, and keeping everything safe and updated is utterly important. Since so many companies take it for granted, it's no wonder they get blackmailed. It's always better to prevent problems rather than to treat them. Number 10. Cybercrime is costing the world over $6 trillion. The most affected industries by cyber attacks are finance, medical, government, and electrical. If there's any trace of money of blackmail, someone will try to get it. Up until now, over $6 trillion have been grasped by this industry. This includes money, gold, stocks, ransoms, etc. With so much at stake, it's no wonder that companies pay so much money to keep their clients satisfied and their money safe. Over $1 trillion was spent in the last 5 years on cyber defense solutions alone. And Aluxers, if you're looking for some extra thrill, we have a special video on our channel where we list 10 of the world's biggest bank robberies. We're talking big money here. Click in the top right corner to check it out. Number 11. There's a massive talent gap in this industry. Talented security engineers are very hard to find these days, and because hackers are getting better every day, companies need to keep up. There's a massive talent gap in the cybersecurity industry, both because people aren't so interested in it, and also because they want too much money. Women might just come to the rescue if companies decide to promote these jobs to them. If that falls short, then ex-military personnel can be used to fill the gap, or simply people that have the potential to learn everything they need. There's always a way. Number 12. Cybersecurity in Africa will get to $2.5 billion by 2020. Although Africa is not the biggest economical center, they are still highly targeted by hackers, since they can't defend themselves like other economies can. The technological development is stuck and at risk of not improving for the future. So far, they've invested around $1.7 billion in cybersecurity and plan to add up to $2.5 billion by 2020. Hackers know their infrastructure and systems are weak, so each attack costs them roughly $1.2 million. Number 13. New York wants to be the cybersecurity capital of the world. New York is one of the greatest cities in the world, and for a good reason. The city is already the world capital of media and finance, but something is missing, and now there is an initiative that will fill the gap. To make things even greater, they plan to invest over $100 million to make the city the world's cybersecurity capital. With that money investment, a cybersecurity center and hub will be open in Chelsea and Soho in order to attract new talent and the richest investors. Number 14. Thanks to hackers, TV series, movies, and songs are leaked. Have you ever taken the time to thank those boys who leaked the 4 episodes of Game of Thrones, those Oscar movies, or a famous song? Although most hackers and cybercriminals are responsible for fraud and crime, there are also some good guys out there, if you want to call them that. In a way, these leaks hurt the company that produces the movie or the songs, but on the other hand, they give fans all over the world the chance to hear or see something they really love. Some ask for million-dollar ransoms, and some just do it for the thrill of it. This also shows just how easy it is to hack into HBO, the Academy, or a record label, and the ones responsible sometimes are offered jobs to help protect the company in the future. Number 15. By 2020, there'll be more than 300 billion passwords used worldwide. Our planet only holds about 7 billion people. Out of those people, some are children, some are elders, and some don't have access to the internet. So how did people manage to create over 300 billion passwords? With so many social platforms, email addresses, and online shops, it seems that our world functions solely on passwords and accounts. It's what companies want to have, information about their customers, the same things hackers blackmail them with. All this talk about cybersecurity and theft can really make you take a social break or up your online security. As we mentioned before, no one is safe on the internet, but if you play it smart and safe, critical situations can be avoided. What's your input on this whole industry? Do you think hackers are talented and smart, or sneaky thieves? Let us know in the comments below. And of course, since you stuck with us all the way to the end, you have a bonus fact to enjoy. Here it is. Number 16. Cyber attacks are more dangerous than nuclear weapons. What's the most dangerous thing in the world right now? Is it climate change? Is it a new financial crisis, the refugee crisis, or cybersecurity? Although all of the above are crucial, some experts say that cyber attacks are more dangerous than nuclear weapons. Those who have access to money, information, and systems are way more powerful than a nuclear weapon. And since nuclear weapons can be hacked, we're pretty much left to beg for mercy to a few smart guys behind a screen. Life sure is funny, isn't it? Thank you for spending some time with us, Aluxer. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss a video. If you want more, we handpicked these videos you might enjoy, or head over to Alux.com for the best in fine living content on the planet. Be a part of the largest community of luxury enthusiasts in the world and tell your story.